and I want you to experience a love that feels like the safest thing you've ever felt. And I don't want any of you to settle thinking your person's not out there. And I want you to sit and bask in that lover girl energy full-heartedly until your person comes along that you can just give that to. It's something about like coming back to your curls after having that silk press. I don't know. You're a girly that loves to love and is learning to heal. This just might be the space for you. Hey guys, my name is Cassidy Janae, your favorite photographer, mama, and author. And today, we are discussing being a lover girl, okay? Through and through. I'm not for the streets, y'all. I am not. And I am tired. I am tired of the breadcrumbing. I deserve a full course entree, okay? A full course entree. Breadcrumbs have no place here. Being a lover girl, you know, I think that's been so trendy now. I'm a lover girl. But like, I'm truly for real a lover girl. And if you are, welcome to this space, because this is for you, because I talk about all things lover girls, all things like feelings and just lovey-dovey stuff. So welcome. I love so hard that I sometimes want to fight myself, because I'm like, why do you have to give so much of you to people, especially the people that don't deserve it? Yeah, to people that don't deserve it. Like if it's if it is my person, oh baby, I'm going to love you so hard, like so hard you're gonna cry, okay? But if it's not my person, I'll be mad at myself, because it is hard to not show up in that like lover girl space, because that's just me. And it has taken a lot of like recognizing I give so much of myself to people that don't deserve it, that I had to reel it in and realize like why I do that. And a lot of times, you know, it's two-sided, I would say, where, you know, you start dating somebody and they seem like yes, check, Mr. Perfect, and you know, you naturally just start to lean into it and you just start to give more and more of your heart until you realize, oh, you're a counterfeit. Cool, got it. Now you have parts of my heart that you did not deserve. I realize when I'm like really into somebody, I naturally just start to open up. I wouldn't say I'm a super guarded person at all. I'm very, sometimes I'm an oversharer, and I've had to learn to reel that in too, because I just like to talk about feelings. I like to talk about everything. And then I get to a point where I'm like, ooh, I said too much. They know too much about me, and I shouldn't have done that. But it's cool. It's fine. You know, we're learning, we're growing, we're evolving. And that's the space I've been in my single girl era and like my dating, learning. It is okay to not say too much. It's okay to keep a little mystery to you, because they don't all gotta know what's up with this. You know, your heart is for you, girl. And until that person comes in willing to protect it and care for it, keep that right here. You know, you don't gotta do too much. When that person comes in, girl, it's gonna be all the feels in a good way. Like, it's not gonna be super, like, you're not gonna be so anxious and so like on edge and just feeling unsure. Like, you will have so much clarity when your person arrives. You won't even hesitate to be like, oh Lord, this is him. This is the guy I prayed for, period. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. When I date people, my discernment level has grown. You know, at first it might have been a little bit murky. I didn't know, you know, what was what. But I'm about to open up real. I'm about to get real on here, but it's cool. After my 6-month situationship, yes, it was 6 months. Details as to why, I don't know if I'll get too much into them, but like 6-month situationship that I thought was leading to a relationship. That's how that goes. It did not. And I realized that with that person in particular, yeah, they had my heart. They really did. Was it real, genuine, like connection? Yes, it was. But when that ended and I looked at the feelings that I had for this person, I realized really not. I don't want to say really quick because it took me a while because I was very, very, very heartbroken. Like I was shattered. We could talk about situationships in another video and how we need to drop those now. So if you have a situationship, girl, drop it, please. Just drop it. It is not worth the heartache. But the lessons that come out of it, though, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say the lessons I learned weren't good. But could I have learned them another way? I would have preferred to, maybe. But what's done is done. That situationship taught me how much that I love. Like I knew I loved hard. I knew I loved to make connections with people, and I desired like those deep soul connections. But something about the way my heart was in that and the way it got quickly ripped from my chest, I realized, damn, like I really do love hard, and I will give so much of myself that it hurts me. And I care a lot. When you're that person in my life, I do care a lot. And sometimes I let that cloud what's in front of me. And when I look back and reflect on that situationship, there were a lot of things, little signs that I ignored that probably should have caused me to just drop it when I felt it, when I saw it, like, but I didn't, because I thought, oh, this is where this is going. It's going to go here. But some people are really, really good at manipulating and making you think something is one way when it's a completely other way. And that was the first person I dated seriously after getting out of my 5-year relationship. And it was exciting. It was new. The feelings I had for this person was like, oh my God, like no other. And I think I let that get the best of me, where my discernment level was like, it was clouded. I had, the rose tinted glasses on, and I didn't see what was presented in front of me that I should have noticed, but I didn't, because of the way I thought I was showing up in my healing journey prior to this person coming in. But I really wasn't in that space to have been dating when I did date that person. But I didn't know it at the time. Like I thought I was ready to date somebody seriously. I do feel like I was ready to date somebody seriously, but I could have shown up better in the terms of being more vocal about me and my feelings in a way that could have maybe, I don't know, possibly could have shown me who this person was sooner. I'll say it like that. That kind of makes more sense. I didn't realize I had some things I didn't fully, I guess, have a grasp on about myself in terms of what needed to fully be there to have that relationship that I wanted. And I think if that was the case, I would not have allowed myself to be in a situationship. So being in the space that I am now, that situationship ended back in February, and like right after Valentine's Day. Don't let me get started with that. Me now, even though that was months ago, I have shifted so much of myself from then to now, and I'm a completely different woman in a good way, because I learned a lot from that dynamic to what I know now. And I wrote a book out of it. I wrote a book out of a situationship that broke me and put me back together at the same time. So I'm grateful and I'm glad the situationship happened. But it hurt like hell. It really did. But it allowed me to tap into my purpose. And God showed me back to what I feel He was calling me to do, as far as I had to learn a lesson the hard way, basically, to tap into my healing in a different way than I ever have before, and to heal my heart in a way that He knew I needed to be able to sit here and talk about these things with you, to be able to write a book out of it, to be able to help people navigate their own healing and navigate their heartbreak and navigating their self-worth, their self-love. that I'm grateful for that happening. You know, I know people might look at those situations of like, I wish that never happened and da 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 da. And maybe in the beginning when that happened and when it ended, I probably felt that way. But I'm grateful for that, because without it, I don't think I would have tapped into my purpose of feeling like I've been called to help people heal and to create a safe space for people to be seen and feel heard, which is why To the Girls That Need It is what it is. It's my baby, it's my heart. I love the people in this community, especially over on Instagram. I know I'm newly building the YouTube of To the Girls That Need It, but over on Instagram, the community I've built over the last, I don't know, since April, has been so beautiful, and it has allowed me the space to really open my heart of knowing I'm not the only lover girl out here that gives so much of themselves, and knowing people resonate with the space I was in really is truly such a good feeling for myself. Through that situationship and people I might have dated here and there, like casually, or like my long-term relationship, I am done accepting breadcrumbs. Like, I am over it because I know I don't deserve it. It's like, if you don't see my value when you see me, when you interact with me, when you talk to me, you're not it. You're not my person. Because your person will not breadcrumb you. Your person will see the value that is there and they will act accordingly. Okay? If a person doesn't see your value, that's okay. Not everyone is meant to see your value, because I full-heartedly believe that God will hide you from the people that are not meant to experience you. And I think that God was doing that with me. Like, I truly believe he has hidden me from, even though I was in those situations, I think he had me learn those hard lessons when I did, as a covering for me to not get deeper in a hole that he knew I might get in if I didn't realize it from the situation that he presented to me. Because that wasn't the only situation I've had that I had to learn the hard way with people that I've dated. Discernment isn't something that comes overnight, guys, okay? It's something that you learn through experience, and I've been learning through experience. And I do believe that God is going to hide you, because you're the prize, you're the gem, and he's going to hide you from people that should not have access to you, to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit, to your energy, because he knows you're precious, and the right man is going to come in and he will see that value immediately. As they say, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Okay, girl? So when that man sees you, he is going to know that is my wife. He may not know it the split second, but he is going to know very soon. That's my woman. That's my wife. And I really hope you guys are in the same space as me of putting your heart out there for people that don't know how to hold it. And I've done that for people that didn't know how to hold my heart with grace, with gentleness, with softness, and they just dropped it. And it hurt, but I learned a lot from that. And I learned what I deserve. I learned to become more clear on my standards and my expectations that I have of my future partner that I want in my life. And the way I've had people show up for me in the past is not what I want out of a spouse, out of my person, out of my soulmate. And I believe that when you revoke your access to people and you keep that for yourself, and you work and you learn to really tap into yourself, into your heart, into the things that you know you deserve and the things that you know you require out of a person, and to not settle on that, you will for sure attract the right people into your life. You will attract those friendships, you will attract those, opportunities, but in terms of relationships, you will attract the person that you've been meant to be with. And I have an easier time ruling out people when I know they're not it. I've learned so much about myself, and I've learned so much of what I like and what I don't like, even the simple things of what I might like, but on the deeper core soulful level that I know my soul needs to be with somebody. I'm really good at picking up on energy and people around me, and when people are putting up fronts, I've learned I feel like in a way I've been good at that, but I've learned to tap more into that intuition part of myself, and because women's intuition never lies. But I'm good at picking up on that, and lately in my single season, I have learned when to drop somebody. Basically, like, I don't need to be physical with you to know. I don't need to pour my entire life out for my I don't need to pour my entire life out to you to know if you're someone that I want in my life. Like, I'm really good at knowing when you're aligned for me and when you're not. And I think to really understand, to know when people are aligned for you is to know what you've been called to do in this life and what your purpose is and what you want. And I know everybody might not know what their purpose is, and that's completely okay. But I think you should start with knowing what makes your heart happy, what brings you peace, what brings you joy, and learning to just lean into those things a bit more each day. Because I feel like the more you lean into those little things, you will start to get closer and closer to your purpose and what you feel like you've been called to do, and what's aligned for you, who's aligned for you. And then I believe that those things naturally start to fall into place. The clearer you get with yourself is the clearer you can get with other people that are trying to pursue you. So if you don't know what you want, if you don't know your own standards for yourself, you're going to accept anything from people where we talk about those breadcrumbs. You're going to be so okay with accepting breadcrumbs, thinking that's all that there is. I'm just going to settle for this. Like, there can't be anything better out here. Girl, there is better out there. Trust me. There really is. And I think when you get in that space of throwing out the scarcity mindset that you'll never find your person's going to come along. And it might feel as though it's taking a while for your person to find their way right there in front of you. But I believe it takes longer for genuine hearted people to find their person. And I feel like it should be a compliment to you that it's taking a bit harder. It's a bit longer and harder to find your person, because there's a lot of trash out here, and trash attracts trash. And I think it should say a lot that it's taking you, someone who I feel like is a genuine hearted person, to find your other genuine hearted person that you were supposed to connect with on a soul level. We're a rarity out here, us deep, soulful lovers. We're a rarity. And I am okay with waiting for that person, you know, when I'm in a space where I'm okay with knowing the person I am and knowing that I'm not meant for everybody and not everybody is meant for me. And you don't need to be for everybody. It is okay to be to yourself. It is okay to know that what you offer, who you are at your core, the spirit you have, is not meant to be experienced by everybody that you meet. You have a spirit that is meant to be protected and held in the most gentlest way possible. And I want that for all of you, and I want you to experience a love that feels like the safest thing you've ever felt, which is why I say that it might take a while to find your person, but just know in that space of however long it might take, you're being prepared for that person's being prepared for you. But genuineness doesn't always come around that often. As much as you might like to think that everybody is genuine, not everybody has your best interest at heart. And when you do meet that person, I believe it is going to be a connection that is like no other. Like, it's going to be something you have felt that is like, oh my God, like, Lord, you're listening to my prayers, because this is everything that you know my heart desires. And it's just going to be unexplainable connection. Like, you might not really be able to explain it to people when it comes along, but it's going to come along and you're going to be like, oh, whoa, this is it. Like, Lord, is this what you is this you? Like, is this what you put in front of me? It is going to be something that is like just a soul connection. And I don't want any of you to settle thinking your person's not out there. And I want you to sit and bask in that lover girl energy full-heartedly until your person comes along that you can just give that to. Because we are done giving to people who don't know the first thing about holding a heart and soul like ours. Like, we're done with that. We're throwing that out. Like, 2025 is right around the corner. We're done with that. Even the remaining of 2024, girl, don't even entertain that. Like, you are worth so much more than somebody half-assing you, half-assing your heart, half-assing your soul. You deserve somebody that is really gonna put in that effort because they see your value. And your value will be shown to the right people and to the people that are meant to see it. So with all that being said, my beautiful lover girls, welcome again over here to this space. I want to the girls that need it to be for the girls that need it, for the girls that need these words, for the girls that need somebody to just be real with them and talk to them, that, you know, their friends might not be talking to them in that way. And in a world and a society that is so the advice that people give out here is just not it sometimes. And I want to be able to provide you guys with real life experiences, real life things that I have gone through, and just connecting with you guys that make you feel seen, heard, and understood. That's really what I want to offer and provide you guys with this space. So I hope whenever you listen to these videos, if you do read my stuff on my to the Girls That Need It Instagram, like, I'm a poet, I write, I post all the things on there. So if you listen to me, if you read the things that I write, I hope you always feel seen. I hope you always feel understood, and that this space is a home for you to just let go of what you've been needing to let go of, because that's what this space is for me, and I want it to be a mutual exchange with you guys. And before we go, as I said earlier, I talked about my situationship just a little bit and how it tapped me back into my healing. It broke me down just to build me back up and heal me, that I ended up writing a book. So my book For the Lover Girls is here, and she's pretty. She is available for purchase on my website, To the Girls That Need It. It'll be also in the description box, but it is a collection of poems revolving around being a lover, heartbreak, self-love, self-worth, inner child. And if you do follow my Instagram, To the Girls That Need It, a lot of the things that I write on there is similar to what is in this book. The book has journaling prompts, so if you're a girlie that loves to journal, you know, I got y'all too. So it's a space where you can read the poems, but you can also have a space where you have these guided journaling prompts to be intentional about learning more about yourself, getting in touch with your inner child, and discovering parts of yourself and your heart that you might have been putting off for a while. So I've created these questions intentionally for you to dig deeper. And, you know, this book was a place of healing for me, and I would hope that it is the same space for you guys. And I also have affirmations all throughout here as well. But yeah, this book was produced from heartbreak and learning more about myself. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so much. Until next time, it is your girl Cassidy Janae. Bye, loves.